Obviously, we open up applications for a period of time, so that adds to the time. So usually that's like somewhere around 3 weeks to take in applications. And then once we close that, then there's some skills and abilities testing that we need to do. So we're looking for things, typing, being able to do data entry testing. It's pretty important. It's one of the things the amount of training that goes into a dispatch position, we just don't have the time to sit and try to teach somebody how to type. They have to be able to have some basic ability when they come into the center. So those are the things that we're looking for. So there's some skills testing that gets done. There's panel interviews that get done with law enforcement and fire agencies that participate in that, so they have a say in the hiring process as well. We do a background check on everybody. We obviously check criminal history. There's some restrictions there as to who, as far as criminal history type of situations where we have to, because of these systems we're giving people access to, they have to have somewhat of a clean record.
I do myself a stress management presentation so that they have an idea of what they're going to deal with once they get on the job. After that, we follow a progression. We call them 5 phases. We typically start any dispatcher at the call taking position. That means we teach them to answer non-emergency calls, answer 911 calls. They do have to go through a 24-hour course for emergency dispatching or emergency medical dispatching, and that certifies them to be able to give emergency medical instructions over the phone, such as CPR, delivering a baby, anything from that. After that, they move to a radio position. They can either go into the fire realm or the law enforcement realm. We really try to judge where we think their skill are at that point, and then we'll kind of branch out from there. Typically, we see dispatchers go into the fire realm first, especially if they've never been on a radio per se. It's a little bit more of an easier transition into that fire world first, and that will kind of set up those skills for that law enforcement position.
In communication centers nationally has been, when you do some reading on it, it's usually around 19-20%, and we're right there right now. That's where our turnover rates are. We had to, going back, it's gone up and down over the years, but the last several years have been some of the most difficult